Well, not since the invention of the frozen margarita had a business model taken advantage of spring break in such an eye-opening way. Girls Gone Wild took the skin-flashing antics of judgment-challenged co-eds, captured them on video, and then sold them on late-night infomercials. The idea, enough to create a multi-million-dollar empire. But that franchise recently filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy, thanks in part to the very expensive legal battles of the man behind the debauchery. Here's ABC's Nick Watt.
Joe Francis is what you might call a playboy, young, tan, rich. He made millions because young women in bikinis flashed his cameras. Joe Francis founded the smutty and very successful Girls Gone Wild empire, which just filed for bankruptcy in an LA courtroom. Why? Because Vegas big dog Steve Wynn, one of the 500 richest men on our planet, wants his money.
Makeup.
And Joe Francis, the smut peddler, owes Steve Wynn, the casino owner, around $30 million. To call Wynn a casino owner is an understatement. The guy is worth over $2 billion. He's Mr. Vegas and beyond. The man is a legend. Yep, it's a Wild West tale truly stranger than fiction. A 5-year legal clash of the titans, complete with what a jury found to be false accusations of a murder threat.
They stated that he was going to hit me in the back of the head with a shovel and bury me in the desert.
It's hard to believe that anybody sitting in that room could come to any other conclusion than Joe Francis is a liar, that Joe Francis is a desperate, out-of-control, vicious guy.
Joe Francis, who lives the private jet and Bel Air mansion kind of lifestyle, is no stranger to legal tussles. A number of women featured in his films have sued. Almost all have lost. But last year, a woman from St. Louis won $5.77 million. She claimed a contractor working for a company controlled by Girls Gone Wild lifted her tank top, exposing her breasts. Francis has in the past also pled guilty to filing false returns and bribery. But Joe Francis' troubles with Steve Wynn began back in 2007. By then, Francis had a net worth of over $100 million off the back of Girls Gone Wild. Their basic MO is to have young women who are on occasion drinking alcohol flash bits of their bodies in clubs, at parties, and on the beach.
We go out and we shoot girls going wild.
Anyway, in 2007, Francis apparently racked up a $2 million gambling debt at Wynn's eponymous Vegas hotspot and didn't pay up. The following year, a court ordered Francis to pay up. He still hasn't. Then came the war of words, and Francis's claim in 2010 that their mutual friend, music producer Quincy Jones, had told him that Steve Wynn had emailed Jones saying Wynn wanted to have Francis killed.
I was afraid for my life. He made it very clear that he wanted to kill me.
He accused me of murdering people, of being part of the Genovese crime family.
Steve Wynn sued for defamation. Quincy Jones, the music legend who worked with Frank Sinatra, who produced Thriller. Yep, that same Quincy Jones took the stand, first describing the Wynn/Francis dynamic.
A lot of drama.
Understood.
A lot of drama, man. I know my brother.
Then came the crucial question.
Did you ever hear Steve Wynn threaten to kill Joe Francis?
No, absolutely not.
And Jones testifies he never saw any such an email. For Joe Francis, game over. The jury finds Francis slandered Wynn, and Wynn eventually is awarded $19 million in damages. Francis is appealing. But Joe Francis is a survivor. He once spent 339 days in jail on 70 or so charges relating to a Girls Gone Wild mission to Panama City, Florida. They didn't want him in town.
Here comes a company that is going to put on a show and basically turn our community into a theater for some soft porn movie. They are very good at getting young people who have been drinking, or perhaps have not, to do things that are at best risque, but more appropriately, just illegal and nasty.
Francis won the legal right to shoot in the city, but the cops were his shadow, and Francis was thrown in jail. Eventually, a judge threw out all but 8 of the charges, and Francis pled no contest to charges that a cameraman had filmed 2 17-year-old women performing sex acts in a bathroom. The plea, just a legal convenience, Francis told us at the time.
I am 100% innocent of anything that I just pled to.
Francis says the girls lied about their age and signed release forms. And anyway, Francis claims he wasn't even there. Back then, in 2008, Francis told Nightline he doesn't have a problem obeying the law. Here's how he sees it.
I have a problem with being an easy target. I have a problem with being a likable person that lawyers think, God, I'll get this guy in front of a jury and people will be jealous of him.
Francis hasn't declared personal bankruptcy. Oh, and Girls Gone Wild is still in existence. Their website's still there, and Steve Wynn's representatives say the corporate bankruptcy twist makes no difference to them. They're still chasing their money against Francis personally. Our Wild West saga goes on. I'm Nick Watt for Nightline in Los Angeles.